Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing my next video. Today I'm going to be showing you all how to build a cool Minecraft nativity scene. First we'll show you all the features of it. For starters, you can see all the shepherds and their sheep right here. I'll show you all how to get the sheep to stay in place in just a moment. Except these ones are going inside of each other. Here we have the three kings with frankincense, gold, and myrrh. The presents for baby Jesus. Up here we have an angel with an elytra. That's another build hack I'll show you how to do. And of course the Christmas star. It's a bit hard to see it on camera, but I did frog lights with some glass around it. Over here I just did some extra fence around the build just to make it look nicer. On the inside we have Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus. I wasn't that sure what to do for Joseph's staff, so I did a trident. Here we have some sheep right now inside of the pen, and we also have some goats. The goats, we had to use the build hack for those sheep to get the goats to stay in place, because the goats just kept jumping over the fence. And of course we have some lanterns inside of here. Well, that's the main part of this done. Now all the features. Now I'm going to show you all how to build it. Ooh, it's a bit hard to see on camera. Not that sure if you all can see it on there or not. But we're going to need 4 oak fences, 54 dark oak slabs, 50 dark oak planks, 30 spruce planks, 52 stripped spruce logs, 2 hay bales, 20 spruce fences, 36 fence gates, 6 spruce trapdoors, 2 lanterns, 16 yellow stained glass panes, 5 Orca frog lights, 6 sheep, 2 goats, and 8 leads. Not that sure if I'm pronouncing the frog light correctly. Now we have all the costume stuff. You're gonna need 7 pairs of undyed leather armor for all the shepherds, 14 armor stands, 9 player heads. If you have custom ones for Mary, Joseph, you can use those, but that's if you're on Java Edition. But if not, the creeper ones, that's the one that I do. We have Mary's outfit, which is, I believe, a light blue dyed armor set. For the 3 kings, I just did the black leather boots, and a red armor set, a blue and yellow. A small drip fleet for the frankincense, a potion of strength for myrrh, just to make it kind of look like it, and a block of gold. If you don't have a block of gold, a gold ingot will do just fine. For the angel, you're going to need iron armor. It's a bit more of the expensive one. And also an elytra, but the elytra is optional due to how hard it is to get. For Joseph's, you can just dye the leather armor brown. You don't even have to do that, but if you want to, you can just add the extra detail. And then dye the pants of the set gray, including a trident. Now we're actually going to build it. So I'm just getting all the blocks we'll need. I'll build it down here. First we're going to kind of do a little setup here. Let me see how many blocks it is in between them. 5 blocks. Okay, so you're going to do a stripped spruce log, a plank, another log. You're going to count 5 blocks. On the 6th one, you're going to repeat what you did on that opposite side. Now we're going to go check out everything else. Okay, it's going to be built up 4 blocks. So we're going to build up this one, 4 blocks, and same as this one. For the ones on the sides, you're just going to do 2 blocks like that. Same over here. And we're going to add a stripped spruce log on the side and a spruce plank on it. Now what we're going to do is connect the 2 sides like this. Now we're going to add 3 planks to the top of it, just like that. Now we're moving on to the sides. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, like 3 blocks on this side. So I keep misplacing. And then do the blocks like that. There we go. Now we can repeat this for the opposite side. Now we're kind of going to be doing the same thing we did for this the front side, but it's going to be a tiny bit different. So let's see here. Place down the planks. I'm going to place a line of planks like this, a line of logs, another line of planks, and of course another log. And we're going to do 3 like this, 3 spruce planks. And there we go. That's the main walls down on the build. Now, we're going to add some dark oak features to this. Okay, for the roof, we're going to put 3 spruce planks like that. Now we're going to add these right here. Now we're going to basically be building it up with slabs. So make sure you place down a slab right here. You're going to repeat this for the opposite side. Now we're going to do a set of blocks right here. Repeat this for the opposite side. Of course, doing that little slab design on here. There we go. Now we gotta continue adding up these little logs. Well, actually not logs, but planks. We're gonna continue heading up. And there we go. We have the main barn done. Now we're going to do all the fences and stuff. On the inside of the barn, you can just do some fence gates like this in advance for a bit later. Now, if you want to, you can add some nice decorative but no point fences. The reason I say no point is because when I built them over here, I left little gaps in them. These are mainly just for decoration. If you want to, you could connect them like you normally would and make it like a nice big fence, and you could actually have some sheep roam in here, and you could kind of make it your sheep farm. That's if you wanted to, though. Of course, make sure you don't leave out the fences, because then they'll just be floating in midair. Also try to add a few kinks in the fence when you can, just to add some extra detail to it. Can't really build any more fences on this side just because of the big hill, but yeah. Okay, now we're gonna build the main manger and stuff like that. We're just gonna connect these right here. We're gonna put the hay bales like this. And then up here we're gonna just do some simple lanterns on each side of this. Perfect. Now we're gonna add in the animals. This will be a little bit harder if you're on survival mode, so just be careful with that. Dig down like 4 blocks. Place down a fence. Now we're going to put a goat on each side. Don't let the goat fall in the hole. Basically, there's a fence that we buried into the ground. You have to make it deep enough so the goats can't jump out of the fence. And once you get that done and the fence is in the ground, you attach the goats to the lead, and then you put the lead on the fence, so they just stay in here. And there we go, we have our goats inside of the fence. except they're kind of acting strange since the space is really small. Here on this side we can just add the sheep regularly because they won't mess around like the goats will, as sheep can't really jump over the fences. We have all this set up. We'll do all the figures and stuff in a minute. Now we gotta make the Christmas star on top. You can go 1, 2, 3 right here, and we're gonna start building it. We're gonna get rid of our dirt. Now we're gonna do a nice little star pattern, and then just go all around with the glass panes. You might want to craft a bit of extra glass, as I tend to make these mistakes when building it, but it's also very common to make mistakes when building with glass. Out of every type of block, glass is like the easiest one to mess around with by accident. Well, there we go. We have the main build done. Now something else you could do to the build to improve it is by adding a nice little path. Like I say in other videos, the more rugged the path looks, the better. We don't need it that big as we're just doing a small setup right here. Make sure you do coarse dirt if you're going to mix it in with the path so that way it doesn't turn back into grass. Here we go, we have a nice coarse dirt path. Now onto the main characters and stuff like that. Right now we're going to do the angel on top of the build. Okay, the first part of it is just simply making the angel with the iron armor and the creeper head. Make it facing like this with the armor stand. Now we're going to put another armor stand directly behind it. We're going to put an elytra on it and put it in the exact same position, just like that. On Java Edition, the armor stands don't have different positions, so just keep that in mind if you're building this on Java Edition. This happened to me the first time. This happened to me the first time where the thing didn't go in correctly, so you just gotta give it another push. It's a bit tricky. You could put some dirt blocks right there to kind of block it in. Now we're gonna push this right here. And there we go. Now they're both in sync perfectly. And as you can see, we have the angel wings. That's the angel on the top finished. Now we can go in advance and put the characters into the build. So we're just going to set down the armor stands to do that. The shepherds in the back, you can just do a random number of them. For the 3 kings, you can do Steve heads if you're on creative mode. In survival mode, you can't get the Steve head, so it's a bit tricky. Just like this for each of these. And back here, you can just kind of mix match them if you want. We'll add the armor in just a minute. You're gonna have to defeat a lot of cows in order to build this, but it's worth it in the end. We have Joseph and Mary. For Joseph, you can do the outwards hand position, kind of like that. For Mary, you could do the same position you did for the angel on top. For the kings, you can also do the same position with the angel, so that way they kind of look like they're holding the gifts. It doesn't matter which order you do the kings in, just as long as all three of them are there. Which, realizing it now, I did it in the exact order I did it over there in the other build. That's kind of funny. Now, for all of them, you just gotta give them all armor. If you have any mixed match armor that you're not using anymore, that can also be good for them. Here we go. And a sheep came by, but it's now leaving. Now we just have to do baby Jesus, which I just simply did the Steve head right there. Well anyways, I believe that concludes this build. Well anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, so please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Goodbye.